start my training early so I can be done before everybody else.
Of course, sure. Excellent. Okay, so you show up, Yaman's waiting there. I see that you are an early starter. Okay, well, let's get to it. Start teaching you some basic combat, how to defend yourself against being mesmerized. The standard things you need to know. That's it, well. Okay, Troya, you want to do that while you're at it? Okay, so Troya sleeps in late. Oh, training! Gonna go get some training. Okay. So, you do an entire day of training. Yaman, shakes things up for individual people, having them do individual things. Has you spar off on each other, the fighter types. Have the tumble twins trying to tumble each other the entire time. Right? No, that is not how you do it. The way you are doing it is like this. Tumbles in between your legs while you're trying to tumble. Okay, right? This is happy.
Yeah, how's he teaching me?
He's happy.
Yeah, well, that's easy.
Exactly.
How's he teaching me to go invisible?
How is he teaching you to go invisible?
Yeah.
He's not teaching you to go invisible.
Yeah, he is.
No. Meaning he doesn't know how to teach you how to go invisible. Right?
So
what he's just doing right now is general instruction. Okay. And general instruction doesn't really do much for you. Okay. What I mean by that? Meaning it doesn't actually give you any tangible gain benefit over no instruction, except that it would take longer with no instruction. Right. So now that we cleared that up. So he, really what he's doing is he's just helping you discover your own powers and abilities and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then the things that you share, like basic attack bonus, base magic bonus, various other types of things, he's able to give you direct instruction for. And the other types of stuff, you spellcasters cast things. Don't hurt anyone. Yes. Right, exactly. And you guys are, and your mom is like, faster, harder, move your feet, do all the things. Have you thought of anything as far as spells are?
Yeah, check this out.
Wow, I didn't know that the air was like this up here. How do you stand it? How long does it last, by the way?
A few minutes. I don't have it written down here.
Oh, okay.
It's either an hour per level or a minute.
It's 7 minutes.
It's a minute.
I think it's a level. Exactly. Okay, so it lasts for a couple minutes. Perfect. So that is like, this is amazing. Okay, fine. Let's get back to the drink. Okay. So, so are you going to tell everybody about Strick's invitation?
Yeah. Strick invited us after we train and after we eat that night that we could go and meet him and Lord
O'Loughlin.
That would be wonderful.
Go to Maya.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
So is there anyone who doesn't want to go? Okay, very good.
There's something else. Barnaby is not in our charge for the days while we're training, but after that, we're probably with him again.
Oh, goody. We could all do a little training every day from here on out.
We'll all do a little training for
Well, that wouldn't be honest. So.
It is honest.
I don't understand what your program.
Yeah, if we spar, then we wouldn't have to watch Barnaby.
Spread the training out over, say, a month.
Excellent idea. Okay. So later that evening, you all assemble at Strick's, Strick's place, which really is just nothing more than the central offices, of the entire place, like the town hall, type of thing. He's there. Jeremiah is there. Yaman Hazim is there. Radcliffe is there. Okay, right. This other guy who you don't even notice, but his name is John Dreck, is there. Okay, right. Another guy that you don't notice, but is also in, clerical robes, is also.
You don't notice.
You don't know. Excuse me. You don't know who they are. I'm sorry, but you know
John Dreck.
And then John Dreck, exactly.
They spell it that.
D-R-E-C-K. Okay. And then whole bunches of military people are there. Okay. And then this actually very tall, very buff dwarf is also there. Okay.
Tall dwarf.
Is this
A
like
tall,
the town meeting?
tall 4A dwarf. Tall 4A dwarf.
So
I'm
it's
sorry,
like
go ahead. What?
Is this like the town meeting?
It looks like it's sort of like a town meeting type of thing. There's a lot of people here. Right? You thought it was just going to be, you Strick and maybe a lot or something, but there's actually a lot of people. Okay, let's get started on this entire business. As you know, we've been having some continuing problems with the mines, and we want to start taking care of them. We brought Barnaby here because he's the best resource we had available to the mines. Anyway, Anyway, so we actually need to go down into the mines and get Barnaby to touch a bunch of the stuff that's down there and protect him while he's there. Unfortunately, there are small difficulties in doing that. All right, let me turn you over to Olafo, who knows a lot more about this. He's the head of the mining operation, and he's speaking to you guys. Everyone else that's there knows who Olafo is. Okay? So Olafo gets up. How you all do?
He's a tall dwarf.
He's the tall dwarf. He's the tall dwarf guy. Great. How you all doing? He's obviously not comfortable speaking to a large crowd. Okay? About a month or so ago, we found a new passage in the mines. We were just digging a vein of gold, like you're normally digging a vein of gold, and we came upon a room that was already formed and was apparently decades old, if not hundreds of years old. There was a very large stone in it, with out of the material exactly like that's on your ring.
With was it two material stone or just the malachite?
No, we don't know really, because we were attacked by some fiendish undead creatures. We barely escaped with our lives. Several of the miners lost their lives. We boarded up the entire place, and actually we put a huge stone in front of it that's difficult for them to get around. We don't know what else is down there besides that. Okay, but we know that there's the stone that's of that same type of material at that. Okay, and there were also some people also said they saw big doors. It was a very confusing situation with all of the scuffle and people dying and stuff. But they said they saw some big doors, and so we think that there's more to the mines besides that. Okay?
So, a couple of questions.
Yeah, go. You have one extra? He actually seems grateful to just talk to one person.
Was the stone some kind of writing on it?
Oh, we don't know any details about this.
You just saw it?
Yeah, we just saw it.
Was it in the center of the room or was it to the side of the room?
It was in the center of the room. As far as we can tell, it was the centerpiece of the room. Yes, and the room, and so I wasn't there personally. I can't say personally. McDougal was, and McDougal mentioned your ring there. The room was very well cut, well formed, and maybe even better than dwarven make. And that's a hard thing to say.
This speaks of Gordish craftsmanship.
No, only what I've heard the second time. Okay, very good. So you tell me, and you address the rest of the people about Gordeshi and the stonework and various other the markings.
The really good stones. They wrote stones with two made of two materials maps.
Someone's gonna need to keep a map.
What do you need a map for?
Okay.
Who needs a
We're
map?
actually going to an actual dungeon.
What makes you think you're going to a dungeon? You are making such huge assumptions.
Yeah, I'll take care.
Just like your character, huge assumptions. Okay, very good. So,
I'm
I'm going to talk about the double stones that were made of two materials joined together, which the British did with skill, especially meaningful to them. And
Just make sure we can read this next week when you're not here.
So you basically tell.
Oh yes, that's right.
By the way, when we're in game and we're like describing something that's already been described and all sorts of other stuff, it's okay to simply say my character describes. Okay. Because it really shortens things. Because after a while, we're actually going to have a lot of information tossed around. Okay. Normally, I prefer you to stay in character, but if you just say, I summarize blah blah blah, that's okay. Okay.
I'm going to summarize the British stones.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay. Oh, this is all being very interesting. Oh.
Well, he's doing the big summary.
Yeah, excellent, very good, very good. Yeah, by the way, and so there's this little gnome, okay, right, in clerical robes who's intensely interested on everything that's being said. His little eyes are gleaming. Okay, right.
And I'm also going to think to myself. So in the from what I know of Gordish, stuff that's above ground versus stuff that's underground. What kind of was there any meaning to that? Did they usually build?
Yeah.
Excellent. Sure.
If you ask that out loud, Warren will say that the stuff underground has had a much better chance of surviving the cataclysm.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay. So Strick interjects. So there's another issue that's going on here besides just the pure fun of archaeology, going down there and finding out what's happening. People have been dying off mysteriously at a regular rate ever since this new entrance to the mine has been opened. We haven't been able to figure out what it is. If it were just undead, there would be bodies, there would be blood, there would be signs of struggle, there would be all types of other stuff, right? These people are just vanishing off the face of the earth, and we don't know where they're going. Okay? This town used to have 150 people in it a month ago. Okay? We've been losing a person or two a day ever since that mine has been opened. We need to go down there, figure out what the hell is going on, and stop the disappearances of all these people.
Are you going to come, Strick?
No.
Strick, it might not be quite so simple. From the things that I've heard from knowledge seekers who attend to these questions of the land, it might not be a physical creature that comes out and takes people away. It might be that the place itself exudes something.
So Radcliffe leans forward. That's entirely possible, and which is one of the reasons why we need to gain hard intelligence with Barnaby down there. No matter what the threat that we're facing, I'm actually quite confident that Barnaby's touch psychic abilities will be able to unravel it. And once known, I'm pretty confident that we will all be able to combat it effectively.
That is if Barnaby does not collapse into a crying heap upon the horrors that he will see.
Yeah, Strick, we need someone to take care of Barnaby and tell him to do this.
I agree with you entirely. And moreover, I've been exceptionally impressed with you and the rest of your group on our journey over here, which is one of the reasons why that I would like all of you, with an addition, to go down into the mines and protect Barnaby while he's feeling all the stuff up.
Is anyone going to come with us?
No. And in fact,
Protect the town.
yes, okay, yeah, and actually there's a very cogent reason for it. It turns out that Jeremiah, myself, Sergeant Anderson, and several other people also advanced over this journey. Okay, we're training right now the same way that you're training, and if we interrupt our training to go down into the mines, then we lose days off of our training. I don't even know why I'm saying this in Strick's voice because this is just like this is a rule thing. Okay, if you get interrupted while you're training and all this for each other stuff, you lose days of training. Okay, and it takes them a lot longer to train than it takes you guys to train. Okay, so they're hoping that you're going to have resolved all this business by the time that they're done training. Okay.
But do we get to finish our training?
Oh no, of course you get to finish your training. Exactly. Yes, okay. Of course you get to finish your training. Of course. Yes.
How many days do you plan on training?
Another 5, 6, another 6. It's going to take us a
So
week.
that's you see and Strick?
I assume so.
Okay.
Radcliffe, you seem to be very knowledgeable about
I would
things
say that's a
that deal
safe
with
assumption,
magic.
yes.
So, do you have any advice or any tools or weapons to give us as we go and battle things that are undead? I've never seen things that are undead.
Yes,
Well,
I do.
concern.
I think the best piece of advice that I could give you for battling undead is take a cleric with you.
And where can we find such a cleric?
And so John Dreck said, sorry, I know exactly where you can find such a cleric. My tremendously versatile and helpful acolyte here would be happy to go with you.
Excellent.
Wouldn't you?
I will bring the light of Apollo to the tunnels.
Excellent. Good. And then you can see Dreck going, great, okay, right. By the way, just so you all know, gnomes are renowned the world over for being insightful. They have both types of vision, by the way. Okay, so they've got dark vision and low light vision. So they see all the kinds of things that other people miss.
Wow.
And they also periodically have visions that are given to them by gods. They're very close to the gods. They're the favorite of the gods. Okay? So gnomes are, by far and large, a fortunate race.
But he's level 1, I'm a little...
So I'll turn to the gnome and kneel down in front of him. Pleased to meet you. Alexander Chronicle.
Well,
And he's still phone.
yes, I'm Tzanetos Alios.
It's nice to meet you, Xanatos.
Nice to meet you as
Do you
well.
go by Xan?
Zan is fine.
Zan, I'm Casino. Very
Ah, pleased to meet you.
By the
Nice to
way,
meet you.
really tight.
Yeah, right.
You seem quite eager to go into the darkness of the mines here for such a small guy.
Well, I have indeed, since my arrival here, wished to probe the mysteries of these tunnels. However, going down there alone would have been unwise. It was made plain to me that such a thing was not to be allowed. It's indicating Dreck.
There is still a lot of bullshit to be cleared up before that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am adept at cutting through such things.
So why was it that why is it you're so eager to adapt it?
Well, there is clearly a mystery to be solved, a larger mystery to be solved than merely caves and merely the disappearances here. The why of why the company has decided to come to this particular spot, the strange advice that led us to this place from certain individuals that normally don't give advice.
What was this advice?
Oh, well, if you wish to speak further.
Oh, so, by the way, while he's going on, Dreck is leaning over to Jeremiah Bloom and whispering to him. And Jeremiah looks at him, really? And say, and then Jeremiah leans over to Strick and all this well, did you know? And Strick is like, you're kidding.
It seems the colonial company.
Yeah, so then he's like, well, if you want to talk more about it, the colonial company. And Strick is like, well, if there's nothing more to be talked about here today, then let's call this entire thing to a close. You'll train more tomorrow, equip later tomorrow evening, and then go down to the mines the following day.
You see, do you have any?
I do wish to hear more of this thing, if you don't mind.
Obviously, the people in position of power can't take what you're talking about. What?
Excellent. This might
Do
be a
you
better
have
thing to
holy
talk
water
to
or
about
anything
in the morning.
to share with us as we go down?
You have what?
Holy water or anything like that that might be of use for us
You,
in battling it?
purchase holy water, I guess, if you have the funds.
Is there post?
Is there what?
Post, man.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Very good insight. I completely forgot to mention this. And the first day when you arrived in All Sorts of Shop, you actually had horses with you. Some of them were pack horses, okay? And they had all types of stuff on them. One of the things was all types of mail for people in town.
I'm gonna write a letter to my mom.
Oh, very good. When you get this, I will probably be dead.
No, I found a way to maybe break the curse. It turns out the witch that could solve our problems is evil, but I have something that I can barter.
Yeah. Okay,
What's in my...
I'd like to talk to Strick, so if I could.
Sure, you mean after the meeting? Okay, sure. I mean, so there's a bunch of people who also want to talk to Strick, so you have to wait for a while while you get
I'll wait.
You see, I'm wondering if I was to dip a weapon or an arrowhead into holy water, would it be effective against undead
That's
creatures?
Jeremiah.
You should try and find out.
Thank
Being
you.
the most interesting experiment.
Do we have one?
Have you ever encountered undead in your travels?
Oh, yes. And it had scared the shit out of me. Yes.